Tonight on Texas News Primetime, contentious confrontation. 3 individuals captured on video verbally agitating members of the Palestine Solidarity Committee.
Calling for action, supporters of Palestine marched south from the state capital to draw attention to Gaza and the West Bank.
Finding refuge. Egypt offers shelter to Americans fleeing the war in Gaza.
Vying for votes to GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy speaks to UT students.
The search for a cure. The findings of a new UT cancer drug. This is Texas News Primetime.
News made for Longhorns.
Good evening. I'm Max Kinser.
And I'm Moody.
Up first on Primetime, tensions on campus from the Israel-Hamas war.
3 middle-aged men entered Welch Hall on Thursday and began yelling derogatory comments, calling students terrorists, and throwing papers in the faces of Palestine Solidarity Committee members and allies and bystanders. PSC released a statement Saturday on their Instagram addressing the incident and urging the university to acknowledge the harassment. Their statement also encouraged student organizations and community members to pressure the university to take action to avoid an incident like this from reoccurring. PSC is demanding the men be banned from campus and are looking into pressing charges. Yesterday, the Palestine Solidarity Committee, a student organization at UT, held a protest in support of Palestine following a demonstration held in support of Israel earlier that day. Many of the protest signs advocated for independence and peace for Palestine. However, a minority of signs featured images of Hitler and other echoes of the Holocaust, drawing a comparison between the Holocaust and the oppression of the Palestinian people. Protesters began at the state capitol before marching through the streets of downtown, holding signs and flags and chanting support for Palestine. Reporters Kevin Myers and Maida Sareen and Ariba Barmal spoke with the protester in attendance.
Their homes demolished on top of their heads. All the family wiped out, and one person left. Is it fair to go ask him, hey, how do you condemn terrorism?
This morning, the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem sent an email to Americans trapped in Gaza suggesting that they head towards the Egyptian border in hopes that Egypt opens its border with Gaza to allow American citizens to escape. However, civilians who gathered at the border were denied entry into Egypt. The email did not cite any official Egyptian or Israeli sources, and the information was mostly based on news reports that were never confirmed.
As Longhorns, we know how important it is to keep Texas and our campus beautiful. Our reporter Paisley Porter learned about all of the ways that the Campus Environmental Center is helping keep our campus clean and sustainable.
At UT, sustainability is more than just a buzzword. It's a lifestyle and a commitment to caring for our campus.
Austin has a unique history when it comes to sustainability because it really is almost completely started by like a big student push, which is super cool to see. So when it originally started before the early 2000s, it was a group of students working on recycling on campus and just really wanting to see that happen. And they eventually started kind of forming into the student group, becoming the Campus Environmental Center in 2002. And then eventually the Office of Sustainability came around in 2009. Campus Environmental Center kind of came with it. And then we became the kind of unit and organization to do a lot of the cross-campus collaboration.
With 4 project teams within the CEC, including the microfarm, Environmental Justice Collective, Trash to Treasure, and green events, students are able to find their niche within sustainability.
The students can get involved with green events by attending Campus Compost every Thursday from 2:30 to 4 on Speedway right in front of the WCP, and you can bring us all of your campus generated food scraps and we can weigh them for you, put you on the leaderboard, and we'll have a lot of fun every week doing that.
So Microfarm hosts weekly workdays on Sundays, which is super, super fun. You can go out with zero farming experience and they'll put you to work, and it's beautiful, sunny, lots of plants, lots of friends, really cute times. Trash to Treasure hosts semesterly thrift sales. There's 2 this semester and they're coming up quick. So make sure you go find them on Instagram and come out and buy lots of cute clothes. I think they do clothes, shoes, jewelry, all kinds of cool stuff. And then Environmental Justice Collective, they host cocoa chats. They make you hot cocoa and they make you tea, and you all just sit and chat in a really safe environment and kind of get to explore that topic.
There's a lot of small practices you can do in your daily life that even just make a bigger impact. And when you start to do those things, I feel like other students start to catch on, all of your peers and things like that.
And you can just start it anywhere. Sustainability is so interdisciplinary and can be applied to so many things, so it really is limitless what you could do.
UT's sustainable initiatives are all around you. It's the blue recycling bins that inspire mindful and sensible waste disposal, the students advocating for campus-wide legislature, the community gardens growing organic food for students, and even more. Instilling sustainable habits into our campus culture will provide students with knowledge and a passion for creating a sustainable life even after their time on the 40 acres.
This morning, Jim Jordan was nominated to be the Speaker of the House after beating Representative Austin Scott 128 to 81. Jordan's nomination comes after winning endorsements from fellow Republicans, some of which had refused to back him just last week. One supporter is GOP Representative Mike Rogers, who announced on the app formerly known as Twitter that there was nothing Jordan could do to win his support. Without a speaker in the House, important issues are not being addressed, like avoiding another government shutdown or the events unfolding in Israel. As of now, Jordan needs 217 votes to be elected as Speaker of the House. The Biden administration is pushing for Congress to take up an emergency assistance package that would pair support for Israel and Ukraine. However, sending money to these countries will take additional time as the House of Representatives struggles to name a speaker. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said the Senate would move first and not wait for the House. After declining an invitation from the U.S. to the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in San Francisco, Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has announced his attendance. Since originally turning down the invitation because of his differences with the government in Peru, President López Obrador highlighted the importance of a good relationship with the United States and is now planning to meet with President Biden to discuss the issues occurring at the U.S.-Mexico border and the primary cause of immigration.
The topic of psychedelics in relation to mental health treatment has increased in the media spotlight. PrimeTime reporter Ethan Housewright investigates psychedelic research and therapy occurring in the UT Austin area.
Discussions surrounding psychedelics have increased in frequency. Their potential ability to combat mental illnesses such as treatment-resistant depression and substance abuse disorder has caught the attention of researchers.
And so that paper that recently came out actually wasn't too surprising, given there's been a lot of other papers published recently showing the effects of, or the benefits of psilocybin for depression. There was a larger study published about a year ago that was about, I think, 300 individuals across multiple countries showing an effect in treatment-resistant depression. It was really exciting. And so it adds to the kind of existing evidence base that psilocybin treatment may be an efficacious form of treatment for major depression.
I spoke with Christine, a woman who struggled with alcohol and drug abuse in the past. She explained how the drug ketamine assisted her in the withdrawal process of substances.
Where it jump-started my trauma journey, because I was able to work through a 4-year relationship with my ex that was the height of my drug abuse and depression that led me to the desperation of change or wanting to change. I was able to walk through it and address it in a 4-day period, so that when I got to treatment, I was actually able to unpack it in a little bit less of a scary way.
I spoke with Luke at the Within Psychedelic Therapy Center in West Campus. The Within Center administers ketamine to clients on a regular basis.
It's like if you're in this loop and you feel like you're on a hamster wheel, psychedelics are wonderful for that. Essentially what they do is they soften that neuroplasticity in the brain and allow for new neural pathways to be built. And so it'll actually take you out of that loop so you can actually change your mind and the way you're thinking. It's very different from pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals cover up an issue. Psychedelics take you to the issue and you actually work through it.
Thanks for that great reporting, Ethan. Now on to Primetime Nation.
Gunshots rang out at the Texas State Fair Saturday. Attendees were forced to evacuate the fair after the incident, which began in the food court. One man attempted to shoot another, resulting in 3 non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect was promptly apprehended by the Dallas police shortly after the shooting. California Governor Gavin Newsom passed new legislation that offers in-state tuition at select community colleges for Mexican residents living along the California-Mexico border. Mexican residents who meet the low-income criteria and reside within 45 miles of the California-Mexico border are eligible to receive the in-state tuition. The yearly Medicare enrollment period commenced on Sunday for senior citizens and those eligible to receive Medicare. Beneficiaries will have the choice to enroll in traditional Medicare plans or privately administered Advantage plans. The available options for the typical Medicare recipient has doubled since 2018, providing them with a selection of 43 Advantage plans to choose from.
Thanks for coming on, Ethan. Stay tuned for more news coverage. We'll be right back.
I'm Hope Vanderberg here at TSTV News Headquarters, and you're watching Texas News Primetime.
And we're back. Joining me now is Primetime World Correspondent Trent Lamb. Trent, what's going on this week?
New Zealand elected its next Prime Minister, Christopher Luxon, former businessman turned politician who led the National Party and won the election after it was called Saturday night. The center-right party is leading a coalition with the Libertarian ACT Party. Luxon and his party hope to fix inflation through significant tax cuts. However, most social issues, such as abortion, will not be changed after progressive progress was made in the 6 years the Labour Party was in control. Elections in Poland Sunday ousted the nation's ruling party, Law and Justice. The right-wing party, leading Poland since 2015, won more seats than any party. However, they lost the majority against the Civic Coalition, a collection of 3 political parties led by the Civic Platform Party, all looking to replace Law and Justice in office. Law and justice have been accused of eroding checks and balances within the country, giving them more control over the courts and media. The Civic Coalition hopes to repair ties with the European Union and fix the checks and balances system. Last Saturday, Vladimir Malov, executive secretary of the ruling United Russia Party, died in a car bombing in Russia-occupied southern Ukraine. Ukrainian officials have yet to confirm the attack, but Russia believes it was orchestrated by Ukraine. There is no word if Malov was specifically targeted in the attack. The bombing comes days after a strike at a Ukrainian soldier's wake, which PrimeTime covered last week.
As always, thanks for your great reporting, Trent. Vivek Ramaswamy, a Republican presidential candidate, spoke at the Hague Memorial Auditorium on Thursday. He alleged that the U.S. was in a war between patriotic and unpatriotic Americans. He also spoke about democracy, unity, and American exceptionalism before opening for questions. It's important to prioritize your mental health. You can utilize UT Austin's Counseling and Mental Health Center if you're ever in a crisis or need counseling. The Longhorn Wellness Center also provides a program directory for several different mental health and wellness needs. Additionally, you can call the Suicide and Crisis Hotline at 988. Remember, you never have to struggle alone. A team of researchers at UT have developed a drug that restores the effectiveness of cells that fight cancer. While only tested on mice, the drug named PEG-MTAP has been shown to slow the growth of melanoma, bladder cancer, leukemia, and colon cancer. The drug works by lowering a compound produced by cancer called MTA, which stops immune cells from functioning and lessens the effectiveness of immunotherapies. By lowering MTA levels, the immune system is able to recognize and eliminate cancerous cells within the body. In future tests, researchers plan to use the drug in combination with immunotherapies for maximum effectiveness. While more tests are being done on the mice, the team is looking for more funding before moving on to human trials.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned for Press Box on Primetime, where we'll hear the latest sports updates from Campbell Choate.
I'm Madeline Lambert here at TSTV News Headquarters, and you're watching Texas News Primetime.
Welcome back. Joining us again for Press Box on Primetime is Campbell Choate. Campbell, how was your weekend off with no Texas football?
Definitely a lot less stress and having to worry about if we win or lose or not.
Texas volleyball is now ranked 7th nationally halfway through their season. Now undefeated in conference play, how did Texas volleyball pull out 2 wins this weekend?
Longhorn Volleyball traveled to Houston this weekend for their 4th conference series this season and beat the number 21 Houston Cougars twice. In Game 1, Madison Skinner ended with 21 kills and was awarded her 5th double-double of the season. Jenna Winnis followed with 14 kills. Asia O'Neal led the team with 9 blocks, and Molly Phillips followed with 5. As for the back row, libero Emma Halter led the team with 14 digs, and Kayla Akana led with 9 digs. The Horns won Saturday's game 3-1, with enough momentum leading into Sunday's game to clinch a sweep. Ella Swindle is proving to be an unstoppable all-around player with 31 assists, 6 digs, and 4 kills. Skinner has also improved her back row abilities with 6 digs. Texas put up a total of 46 kills against the Cougars and ended the last set on a 5-1 run. The Longhorns play TCU this Wednesday in Fort Worth, where they will hopefully continue their win streak.
As Texas football took a break for their bye week, Texas fans are gearing up to prepare for basketball. Can you give us a preview on men's and women's upcoming season?
Returners Dylan Dessou, Dylan Mitchell, and more will be able to show off their skills this coming out of the offseason as we see some new faces as well. University of El Paso transfer Zerick Onema will get to showcase his talent as he played in all 32 games for the Miners last season. The men's exhibition game will be against St. Edwards on October 30th at Moody Center. As for women's basketball, their orange and white scrimmage will be next Tuesday, the 24th, at the Moody Center. Deonna Gaston, Shay Hawley, and Leah Moore will be returning this season after they led last season's team to number 1 in the Big 12. The women's team is also projected to be number 1 according to the preseason Big 12 poll. Their exhibition game will be on November 2nd against Midwestern State, also at the Moody Center.
Both the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers were tied at number 1 in the AL West prior to the postseason. They are now playing in the League Championship Series. Tell us more about what this series will look like.
Game 1 of a possible 7-game series kicked off last night between the Astros and the Rangers at Minute Maid Park. Last night, the Rangers got things started in the second inning, being the first to score. Rangers pitcher Jordan Montgomery continued his personal scoreless streak, and the Rangers ended up winning 2-0. The second game finished this evening, and the Rangers took the win for this one too. Another hot start with 4 runs scored in the first inning left the Astros unable to get a run streak. Marcus Semien led the Rangers with 2 hits, and Jordan Alvarez led the Astros with 2 home runs. Game 3 of this series will be on Wednesday at Globe Life Field in Arlington.
We're lucky to have you on, Campbell. See you next week. Coming up after break, Bad Bunny, The Smiths, and the Eras Tour movie. We'll be right back.
I'm Julia Mia at TSTV headquarters. Welcome back. Hi, Maida. Thank you for being on tonight. Let us know what's going on in the world of entertainment.
Of course.
Bad Bunny's new album, Nadie sabe lo que va a pasar mañana, meaning nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow, has become 2023's most streamed album in a single day on Spotify. The Puerto Rican star has held the title as the most streamed artist globally on Spotify for the past 3 years. His new album, dropped on October 13th, contains 22 tracks. The track, Where She Goes, is rumored to be about Bad Bunny's new girlfriend, Kendall Jenner. The success of this album is huge for Latin music as it continues to break into the mainstream.
What do you think about the new album, Maida?
So honestly, not a huge fan of Bad Bunny, don't know much about him, but I've heard that this is a great comeback album for him, so it's exciting. In other news, Jada Pinkett Smith has released her new autobiographic tell-all book, Worthy. It addresses much of her relationship with Will Smith, including her thoughts on the infamous Oscar slap. She says that she felt the joke coming, but thought Will's reaction was part of a skit. Jada revealed that, though legally married, she and Will have been separated for 7 years and were at the Oscars together, not as husband and wife, but as a family. Jada does not just focus on her relationship, also discussing much of her past in the book, including the thoughts of self-harm she has struggled with since 20 years old, and how both therapy and the drug ayahuasca helped save her life.
So what have you heard about this book, Maida?
Yeah, it's interesting to hear Jada's side of the story and how it differs from Will Smith's. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to reading it.
Nice, me too. With the North American leg of her tour over and anticipation for the international leg growing, Taylor Swift has released the film Taylor Swift: The Eras Tour. The concert film earned $92.8 million in domestic theaters, earning the spot of highest grossing concert film to date. The 2-hour and 48-minute movie was filmed at Swift's last domestic dates at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles and shows all but 5 songs from the live show. Swift's movie premiere was star-studded with celebrities like Beyoncé and Adam Sandler showing support. The movie will be in theaters until November 10th, and no streaming deals have been announced yet.
Have you seen the movie? I was not able to go to the Eras concert, so I'm excited to see what I missed out on.
Okay, yeah, I saw it the day it came out. I was super excited, and it was so, so good. I also didn't go to the concert, so it was definitely good to see it. So you're going to see it later?
Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm looking forward to it. Well, that's all for your Monday briefing. From all of us at TSTV News, thank you for watching. Now go outside and change the world.